guys, it's Mike from the Hey That's Mike channel here on the Toy Insider channel, and I've actually brought somebody. If you guys watch this, you know who this is. This is Holly, my wife. We do the toys on Hey That's Mike, but we're gonna do something a little different. We're actually on vacation. If you guys, this isn't my normal setup with all the toys and stuff behind us. So we're gonna kind of do something different because it's the time of year it's Christmas time, and you reflect on all the stuff you did growing up as a child. So we've kind of been talking just ourselves. So we figured, well, let's do it on video and just kind of reminisce about when we were growing up. So I guess our theme of it is what were we going for?
Like memorable tradition.
Things that were memorable at Christmas time when we were young. So kind of our Christmas traditions, memories, things we did.
Maybe even give you guys some.
Well, yeah, you guys might get some ideas. Ooh, try that. Actually, I think everybody might like mine. Tradition of ours, kind of growing up, and sort of the reason we're here. We've actually done this with the kids. There's a place called Frankenmuth, Michigan, and there is a store there called Bronner's. It's the world's largest Christmas store, and it is huge. So we kind of went up. We go up there every year, and that's something I did since I was a little kid. We would always go up to Frankenmuth around Christmas time, get an ornament or two, and just kind of enjoy it. There's a whole downtown area to go to and all kinds of neat things. And we've kind of carried on that tradition with our kids.
Yes. The kids love it.
Yeah,
they love
if you guys watch our vlogs, you can we do it every year, so you can watch them there.
Yeah, we see Santa, and we go on a horse-drawn carriage ride and all of that, and it's a lot of fun.
So yeah, we're passing on the memories to our kids, so they're gonna have these memories, the same memories I grew up with, when they grow up. So what was kind of some of your things that you maybe did?
So when I was little, and actually into our teenage years as well, when we still lived at home with my parents, my mom used to do a scavenger hunt for us on Christmas morning. And basically we would get up and we would have one item with a note that would give us a clue or a hint to our next item. And she would have several small items hidden throughout the house with little notes and clues to lead you to the next thing.
Were these your actual presents, or was this a whole separate thing from the presents?
They were like little presents. So for instance, when we were older, like when we were teenagers, we would get like a can of shave gel because that was like a big deal to us. Or we would get like a pack of socks, and then it would say like, these socks are to keep your feet warm. Now go look in something that warms up your food. And then you'd go look in the microwave. And then there'd be like lipstick or chapstick.
We need to maybe just do that to Alex just to mess around with her.
Yeah, and so like Christmas morning, me and my sister would be running around the house like following our clues. And then at the very end, there would be a special little hint that would take us to our big gift. So like every year, at the end, we would want something kind of big, I guess. Like for instance, when I was younger, it was a trampoline. So the hint led us outside to our trampoline.
How did your parents keep that hidden?
We're
talking a trampoline, funny. Like a huge trampoline.
A huge trampoline, like the ones a lot of people have these days, like a 12, 14, 16-foot trampoline, something like that. My uncle used to come over Christmas Eve and stay the night and be there Christmas morning to watch us open our presents and just spend the day with family. And he actually stayed up and put the trampoline together. And apparently it was like not an easy task. And
I bet it wasn't.
He was really struggling to get that trampoline together. But let me tell you something, that made it even more special to know that he was there and he was up working hard to get that together for us the next day. And then when we were older, like I remember getting a handheld Sega game as my big gift. One year I got a stereo, like a CD player, which was my big gift.
A what?
Because back then they were expensive.
A CD player?
Let me tell you, they were expensive. It was a big gift then. One year I got my acoustic guitar. So that's just kind of an idea of like how we would lead up to that, kind of build anticipation towards that big gift that was.
We did not, growing up, we did not even get to open a present like Christmas Eve.
Oh, we did.
I shouldn't say that. Christmas Eve was spent at my mom's grandma family's house. So we did all the presents over there from aunts and uncles and grandma. But like our presents, it was Christmas morning.
Oh, no.
There was no opening.
Actually, we used to open a lot of our presents from our parents. We used to open on Christmas Eve. And then Christmas morning, like Christmas Day, we had our stocking full from Santa.
I was good with that
and
though, because
presents
I didn't
from
want to open.
Santa.
I wanted Christmas Day just to be monstrous. Like I wanted everything on Christmas Day.
And that's how we do it with our kids now. Is everything is
no,
Christmas
that's
Day.
not true.
Oh,
Because you do have a tradition, or we have a tradition.
we have a tradition where we give the
Or
kids.
it's on pause right now.
It's on pause. We had a tradition where we used to give the kids a new pair of pajamas on Christmas Eve to open up. So they would open up one present, and there would be a new pair of pajamas in there. This year's a little different because
One child's too old, and the other's not quite old enough.
you're never too old, but she is a preteen,
She's too old. She's
and
a
she
preteen.
doesn't want to do it. And then our little one, Chelsea, who's 2, she kind of got use out of the pajamas while we're up here where it's cold, so we went ahead
Right.
and gave them to her early.
She needed some warm pajamas, and those happened to be the ones that we got her for Christmas. So we were like, okay, you need to wear these now. We can't wait
but
till
I
Christmas.
have seen where parents have done that and then given their kids like popcorn and like a special Christmas DVD, and then they can like pop the popcorn and drink hot chocolate and watch their DVD like that. I think that's a really cute thing to do. We haven't done that, and like this year's a little different. So
Yeah. Probably another tradition of ours. Again, here in Michigan, we've got a lot of Christmassy type things. If you're from this area, you might know the Heinz Drive Christmas display.
Yes.
And it's a kind of I want to say it's a park. It's kind of a park, but it's kind of a drive through a little bit of a nature setting, right? Like in the middle of not in downtown Detroit, but in Detroit suburbs. So it's kind of unique, and they just line it with Christmas lights of all shapes and sizes, and there's motion, and it's really cool. And that's been going on since I was a kid.
isn't there music too? Like, don't you tune into the
I
radio?
think you can maybe
station,
tune into the radio and
something
play
like that,
music.
and then the lights go along.
But
with
again, that's another tradition we're passed on to them. It's something I grew up with. We always did the Heinz Drive Christmas thing, and
And what's so funny too is you guys did the Heinz Drive where you drive through the Christmas lights. My parents, as a tradition, always took us, loaded us up in the car and took us around, just driving around to see Christmas lights.
see, I grew up in
the
Michigan.
area.
She grew up in Florida.
Florida, right?
And it's
So-
different. It's a different world when it comes to Christmas time.
It really is, but
Palm
we
trees
try. In Florida, we try to make it a little festive. But a funny thing is, and a lot of newspapers do this, and you can even check online maybe to find this out. But you can check for houses in your neighborhood or in your area that are like really decked out nicely for Christmas with a bunch of lights. I know there is a family somewhat close to us that does like their whole yard, kind of like the Heinz Drive, only like on a really small scale because it's just on their property, where you can drive through their lights, and then they just ask that you maybe leave a donation, which is what Heinz Drive does as
Yeah.
well. They ask for like a donation to go through. So that was a tradition for us as well, driving around and looking at the Christmas lights and like, oh, I see a bunch over there, let's go drive that way. And sometimes it was kind of
and for
a
me,
long night.
we had Heinz Drive, which was organized, but then literally every other street, it was just house after house with lights and lights. And I grew up in the suburbs, so it was just tons of houses, and everybody did it up. And they still do it pretty good. Even the area we're currently at on vacation, there's a lot of lights.
There is.
Yeah, there's a lot of
It's
people have done it up.
It's really cool. The kids love to see the lights, so that's definitely a good tradition to just kind of drive around and enjoy the Christmas lights because it's only once a year.
Yeah. Do you have any other traditions?
Baking. We have.
I think everybody does that though.
Well, we
like
have
my
a cook-
grandma did.
we
They
have a
went all out
cookie.
on cookies and pies and everything.
Okay, so more specific, we have a cookie day. So we have a day
Which is still going.
where it is still going, where as many of our family as we can get together gets together, and we each bake like a couple different kinds of cookies, and we make a big batch of everything so that we have enough to share with everybody. So like I usually make oatmeal raisin for Michael because those are his favorite. And then I also make peanut butter ones with like the Hershey Kisses on top because that's what the kids really enjoy, and I really like those as well. And then sometimes every once in a while I'll find like a new cookie recipe to try out, or maybe like a traditional one that I haven't tried myself before. My aunt or my mom always makes my grandma's sugar cookies with like the icing and everything on top, and those are like my favorite. They're so good. And then my sister usually makes like the pretzel haystacks. And I forget. Oh, the toffee. There's like a really good toffee that she makes too. So baking, cooking, that sort of thing.
So we've got a lot of traditions that are still going.
Yeah.
Like from even when she was little, from when I was little, we're keeping those going, passing them on to generations.
Tell them about the pizza.
Pizza. Well, that's your thing, though.
No, but you kind of grew into it as well.
Yeah,
So-
but it's different. Are you talking about the oyster?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not. We do Christmas Eve pizza, right? But that's not the same as
It's
the
not
reason you
technically
did
the
the pizza.
same.
She's got a funny story about the whole pizza thing.
My parents traditionally make oyster stew for Christmas Eve, and every year they make it, and it's what they enjoy, but they knew us kids wouldn't like it, so they always ordered us a pizza. And it was kind of, back then it was a big deal, I guess, to order pizza. It was like, it wasn't something that we did very often, so we looked forward to it on Christmas Eve. And now, just us growing up, or as grown-ups with our own kids, we like to get pizza.
Yeah, we don't have to deal with the oyster stew or nothing. We just do it. I guess it kind of keeps on with what you had.
It's kind of like a little tradition.
Pizza on
It's something we like to do.
Christmas Eve.
Little Caesars.
Okay, so best toy you ever got as a kid for Christmas?
Oh my goodness.
I think I had two. I was an late 70s, early 80s kid when Star Wars came out. And probably the best thing I got was the big Millennium Falcon, which was really cool. That was like the Star Wars toy at the time. That was great. And then as a teenager, when BMXing was really popular,
Yeah.
I got me a Huffy BMX bike. That was the best. Only thing is, I grew up in Michigan. You can't really ride your bike in the middle of winter. I had to basically wait till spring to ride it.
See, that was the nice thing about
Or
Florida.
you freeze your butt off.
Nice thing about Florida is if you did get a bike or a trampoline or that sort of thing, you could use it right away. As my top one, I'll go with the trampoline, I think.
Really?
Well, we used it a lot. It was a really fun thing to have, and it was special because, like I said, my uncle was up all night putting it together for us, and we all got a lot of use out of that. I also one year got a pogo stick because I just really thought I needed one, and it was actually
I
pretty
got
fun.
one. I didn't care for it.
No?
I didn't care for it. And
No.
I didn't get it.
then you're
Okay,
done.
now what?
I thought it was fun, but yeah, I guess it probably didn't get a whole lot of use. But we want to know from you guys.
Yeah, so this is kind of the whole reason we wanted to do this video is to kind of get you guys, your brains going, oh, I remember doing that, and I
Oh, the
remember doing that.
memories.
And we still do that, or, ooh, that's a cool idea to do.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people probably did the biking, the driving through lights. No matter where you live, there's going to probably be some sort of lighting thing. So yeah, I guess in the comments, share kind of the memories that you remember from being a kid, the great Christmas memories, or Hanukkah, or whatever you did celebrate,
Yeah.
and what was like the best toy you ever got for Christmas as a kid. Put them in the comments. I guess that's it. We're done.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, guys. Happy Hanukkah.
holidays.
Happy holidays, whatever it is you celebrate. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Toy Insider. And check out Hey That's Mike channel if you guys aren't familiar. Links are in the description. Bye.
Bye.